Hello everyone. In this video you will learn how to create an assignment in Blackboard. First things first, go ahead and open up your course in Blackboard and you want to figure out where you will put the assignment. And your course may look different than mine, that's fine. If you were teaching a full-blown course, we'd be more worried about organization and where to put something. But right now just go ahead and put the assignment somewhere that makes sense to you and where students can find it. So I'm going to click on my assignments page here. When I do that, you can see this menu up at the top, and I can find assignment by hovering over assessments. So I will just scroll on down to assignment and click there. So here I am on my create assignment screen, and I want to walk you through what exactly you need to fill in here, because this is where you will fill out a description of the assignment and then also tweak the settings. So the first thing I want to point out is this orange asterisk here. You'll see this in a few places throughout the page. That means it is a required field. That means that you have to enter in that information in order to create the assignment. And if you don't, if you skip over that, then you'll keep getting an error message and you won't be able to create the assignment. So my first required field is the name of the assignment. And just a quick word of wisdom here, make sure you give your assignment a very specific name, so that way a student, if they have multiple assignments for you, it's very clear what goes where, right? So I'm going to go ahead and enter my title. This is my peer review assignment. And if I wanted, I could also put a description of the assignment here, just as a point of further clarification. If I keep scrolling on down, you can see I can upload something from my computer if I want. If you wanted to attach, for example, the guidelines for the assignment here, this is certainly where you could do that. Moving on, you can also submit or enter in a due date. That's up to you. And if it's submitted after that date, it could be marked as late as well. So that's an optional field. And then here we come across another orange asterisk. This is something that we have to enter in. So points possible. What is the points value of this assignment? Now, it's possible that you aren't planning to use Blackboard and its features to grade this assignment. That's fine. Just go ahead and enter something in so Blackboard will let you create the grade. Okay, you can also add a rubric if you want to. Okay, so the next thing I want to take a look at is this submissions detail buttons right here. If I click that, you can see I get a few more options. The default option that will come up is this single attempt here, but I would recommend that you change that to multiple attempts and maybe say 2, for example. And basically what this means is that you're giving students a chance to submit more than one time. And that's not necessarily that you plan to allow a student multiple chances to grade something. This is more or less kind of a nice safety net to build into your assignment. So that way, if, for example, a student uploads the wrong file, they can then go back into the Dropbox and resubmit that file and submit the correct one. So trust me, that's just kind of an easier way to set this up so you don't have to go back and change it later. It'll save you a hassle. The only other thing I want to point out here is you have the option also to check for plagiarism using SafeAssign. So you can click that box there, and then what will happen is a plagiarism report will be generated for each student's assignment when you go to grade it. So if you want to use that, all you have to do is check that box. There are 2 more options here that we don't really need to worry about, so let's just skip over grading options and display of grades because that's not something we really need to worry about right now. The last thing I will point out is the availability section. You can change the dates, so this is basically when students can see the assignment and when they can submit to the assignment. You can play with those if you want to. You don't have to, but you also want to make sure that when this is live and when you want students to be able to submit, you need to have checked this button that says make the assignment available. Otherwise, students will not be able to access it. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is just click submit, and that will save my assignment. So I notice if I'm back here on my assignments page, if I scroll all the way down, you'll see my peer review assignment has been saved there, and so I have successfully created an assignment. And that's all you really need to know about how to create an assignment on Blackboard. Thanks for watching.